In this edition of the Parliament Report, Parliamentarians seek answers on increasing bank charges, Education Minister chides opposition leader in Parliament, and the Capital Development Fund dented. Members of a Parliamentary Select Committee on February 4 demanded answers from Bank of Jamaica officials on a raft of bank charges, such as a monthly fee of about $500 for dormant accounts. They also queried charges for interim bank statements ranging from $1,800 to $2,200. Chairman of the Economy and Production Committee of Parliament, Carl Semuda, expressed concern about small savers whose accounts might become dormant for unspecified reasons and their savings are gradually depleted by monthly charges. He argued that the banks not only made money on deposits but eliminated this deposit with a fee. Semuda pointed out that the objective of encouraging savings is denied. The committee chairman asked BOJ executives about the role of the central bank in educating consumers about certain banking practices. Committee member Fitz Jackson argued that some persons might consider the high fee of dormant accounts serious consumer robbery because their money is being eroded every month. Gayon Hussein, Deputy Governor of the Bank of Jamaica's Financial Institutions Supervisory Division, said charges for dormant accounts are a phenomenon that applies internationally. And in a related story, Mr. Semuda cautioned against public utterances that are not supported by empirical data in the debate on the bank charges. He says the findings of the committee will be evidence-based. He told his colleagues that a report would be made on the empirical data presented to the committee. However, committee member Fitz Jackson said the committee's deliberations on bank fees should not in any way restrict public debate on the issue. Education Minister Ronald Thwaites chided opposition leader Andrew Holness on February 4 for having a negative attitude towards addressing certain problems within the school system. Thwaites, a Roman Catholic deacon, called for more Nehemiahs and less Sanballats in Jamaica, especially with respect to education. He was responding to questions from the opposition leader on the perennial problem of school violence. Sanballat is a biblical character whose posture casts him as one of the chief opponents of the Jewish governor Nehemiah. Thwaites said he hoped the Parliament could agree on how to use the best resources for students' advancement. The Education Minister told his parliamentary colleagues that there were 13 cases of stabbing and 3 murders in the island schools between 2010 and 2013. The list of violent acts includes attacks on students and teachers. The minister told Parliament that among the interventions that are being pursued to minimize school violence is the provision of training to school leaders on how to identify and respond to maladjusted and deviant students. The Capital Development Fund will be significantly dented after March 31. This follows the approval of the House of Representatives on February 4 to withdraw up to $1.54 billion from the fund, mainly for budgetary support. The fund is made up of proceeds from the bauxite levy imposed by government on the players in the industry. Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips brought an order to the House seeking the approval. He says $1.37 billion will be used for budgetary support, while $173.5 million will be given to the Jamaica Bauxite Institute to conduct its business. And finally, in the Parliament report, Cabinet is yet to consider a motion passed by the House of Representatives for the renaming of the throne speech as the People's Speech. Leader of Government Business, Philip Paulwell, said that the Cabinet would deal with the matter in time for April 3, the start of the new parliamentary year. Government backbencher Raymond Price had moved the motion to rename the speech, which is presented at the start of the parliamentary year by the Governor-General. Paulwell told Parliament that the Governor-General, Sir Patrick Allen, would be addressing Gordon House for the ceremonial opening of the legislative year on April 3, the same day the budget for the 2014-2015 year will be tabled. The Standing Finance Committee of Parliament will consider the estimates between April 8 and 10 before Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips opens the debate on April 17. Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller will make her contribution to the debate on April 29, 5 days after opposition leader Andrew Holness speaks, and the day before Phillips returns to close the debate. Opposition spokesman on finance Audley Shaw is scheduled to speak on April 22, while a government and an opposition member will speak on April 23. That's it for the Parliament Report. So glad you joined us. Until next time, I'm Edmund Campbell. Walk good.